You getting it today?
You know, my Lord. Oh my Lord!
The bishop ain't on here to keep us in order, so we just on unhinged.
And usually Kay kind of help keep us in order, but she out of order.
Yeah,
right
she is in.
I'm being a mean usher.
She just in one of her phones.
The mean usher.
I'm being a mean usher.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, you gonna sit where I tell you to sit. I don't care
what I said.
Man, they always.
But my family member sitting up there. No. You gonna sit where I tell you to sit.
Your family member was on time. You sit over here because
Right.
I'm trying to balance it out.
Folks sit over here because the bishop is up preaching, and we not gonna be a distraction.
That's my question. So like, why do they do that to me every time I go to church? She be like, over here. I'm like, no, I want to go over there.
Yeah.
You be the one they be talking about then, Eric, because they be like, listen, they have been given specific directives, and then it be people like us that be like, no, thank you. No. This is where I normally sit.
And God bless you all today. Y'all can come to Jericho No Walls at any given time, and you can sit wherever you want to.
Yeah, right at home. On my chair.
You can sit at home. You can sit on the plane. You can sit on your throne. You can sit on. You know what I'm saying?
Not on your throne.
You can be at the park.
You can be at work.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can come to Jericho at any time and sit with
as you are where you are.
And come on,
and shout out to our over 5,000 subs that we have.
Oh my Lord!
You know what I'm saying? Like we looking to increase. We looking to increase. Let's get it going.
And let's talk about Sunday service. But before we talk about Sunday service, listen, Danyelle.
Come on, 5,000 subscribers. Y'all better get it in.
Please click the like button. We appreciate you. Listen, and it helps us a lot in the algorithm. Listen, it's definitely appreciated. Ashley, what you talking about over there?
Yeah, on your throne. That's the rest.
You can be anywhere. You can be anywhere. Your own personal throne. Come as you are. You can be. You can be high. You can be. You can be all those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can come to the city of Jericho.
Come on to the city.
And get what you need, huh? I got a friend of mine. He always talk about get what you need. Get what you need. You come in here and get what you need. And listen. And and also listen, we got Sunday service coming up. Listen, we got some new stuff for y'all. I'm telling you now, it's hot off the presses.
Oh my God!
Listen.
We went in the woodshed on this one, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, y'all. I mean, if you don't enjoy this, there's something wrong with you.
Listen, and I might let EJ hear a little preview when she gets here.
I kind of hinted at it at the beginning of the show when I said that. We always on the groove here at Jericho.
She did hint at.
I did hint at what's coming. We got some fire coming. I'm trying to tell you, we got some fire coming.
We got some fire coming. And the man says, we're trying to hear all these notes right here. Jesus loves you, and so do we. And that's what the man said. She also said something. She said, y'all are all welcome. Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome.
Listen, we trying to do it our way. You know what I mean? We gonna reach the masses. And this is just one of the mediums that we're using right now.
Church a different way. That's it.
Church a different way.
We're not saying we the best way. We're not saying we the only way. We ain't second to none either. But we doing church a different way. So that's what we on.
We not the option. We're the choice. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
You better talk that talk, sir.
It's something about it when you make a choice. See,
so
be sure to check us out on Sundays at 8 a.m. And we'll be here at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on Monday night.
On Monday. Where's the shade thing? That's the shade thing.
We got ways to give. Cash App at Jericho No Walls, PayPal at Jericho No Walls, and Zelle at jerichonowallsorg, O-R-G, at gmail.com. It's all scrolling at the bottom, and likes are free. Listen, okay? So now that we got that out the way, hot topics.
Our next topic is a really big topic actually. So this is going to be good. Listening to what everybody had to say. We're discussing racism versus no fathers in the home? Which one is a bigger issue?
Let's find out. Hold on. Let's see what let's see if we can get this one up.
Oh goodness, that was deep.
What percentage of young blacks have both a mom and a dad raising them?
I cannot think of a percentage right now to give you.
25%. So only 1 out of 4 blacks in America have a mom and a dad around. Do you think that is a bigger issue to address than racism? Do you think more dads is a better solution?
How could dads be connected directly? Like
dads are very connected.
Dads? And what about... Okay.
When you have a dad around, you're less likely to be violent as a male, less likely to go to prison.
So explain to me why all the fathers are leaving.
Exactly. Why are they leaving?
Question for you.
Because black women married the government and divorced the men that they were once with.
Oh boy. So I'm gonna take I got something to say about this, but I'm gonna I want to hear from Kay and EJ first. Oh man, I got some stuff to say, but yeah.
Okay, let me. Can I just say this first? And thank you, Mayor, for putting up the ways to give. Can I just say that it stings a little bit to hear that from a white man?
It stings a little bit to hear for sure, but he ain't lying.
Okay, all right.
I got something to say about it.
Because if we go now, and this is the issue that we gotta get over is we get mad at them for speaking truth. It ain't everybody's truth, but it is a vast majority of a truth. Unfortunate as it may be, and you can't get mad that the person who said it don't look like you. Because the issue is if we were saying it to each other, when they say it, it wouldn't sting. If we were honest with each other, when other people call, and this is something that I realized, again, going through different parts of my journey, when people try to bring up things from my past or things that have happened, it don't sting the same because I've dealt with my stuff. When you have not dealt with your stuff and somebody call you out on it, you be ready to knock them out. And that's just the truth. No, it didn't feel good to hear it come from him, but because I am also honest with myself, it is the truth. If we go back to the time when welfare first started, like I don't know if y'all ever seen Claudine, the show. Is it Claudine, the one that had that's the right one? Huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, she had all of them doggone children, and it wasn't because she was a hoe. It wasn't because of none of those things. But when she finally got a man that she wanted to be with, she had to put that dude out every time that the caseworker was coming around. Now, the difference is nowadays, caseworkers ain't showing up at your house and making sure that all the people you say is there or ain't in your house. But at the time, that was exactly what it was. And the thing was, because people needed those additional benefits and things of that nature, the issue that came into play was how if he can't get a good job, we still dealing with racism more overtly. He can't get a good job, I can't necessarily get a good job, because again, you were dealing with things with women trying to find this and find that. Like, the women were less what is the word I want to use? Were less harmful, or they weren't as intimidating as the black men. So I mean, you have to think, because wasn't she like a nurse or something like that on the show? I'm just saying, like, all of these different things, that is what happened. And sadly, but very honestly, those women raised other women and they raised little boys. And a lot of those little boys that they raised, because some of those, men were not in the house, and we were coming up on the era of the gangs and all of these different things. Those things did happen. I am very clear about this. And, I told y'all at one time, being a political analyst and knowing all of this stuff, but I was so sick once I really got to the meat of a lot of things, I just didn't do it. And that's why sometimes I don't really talk about anything with our retarded government. But what I'm going to say is at the end of the day, just like the crack epidemic was filtered by our government. So was welfare. So was all of those things to separate our families. Because one thing that I think if all of us on this platform can be honest about, and that is we all know that the power of the black voice, the power of the black movement have done so many things. And every time we get strong enough to make the moves that we can move, guess what happened? They send something to tear it down, to mess it up. And guess what? We take the discord in our own culture. We take the discord in our own bloodlines. And they all they doing is laughing at us. Because the truth of the matter is, and far from racist, but very, very aware, all of that stuff be happening in their families, but guess what? It's enough of them to cover. It's
Oh
enough of
my.
them to cover. It's enough of them. It's enough of them that little honey boo boo. They not filming her at yeah, honey boo boo. They're not filming her in front of her trailer park, in front of all of those things, but they run into the hood when shots is fired and all of these things to make it seem like Lil Ray Ray look it got it. I'm just saying, like all of these things, they have used these things to separate, keep us down, and all of that. And no matter how much we go up, because we have allowed the crab in a bucket mentality to make us feel like that with our own kind. And so while they looking at us fight each other, they blocking us in every way that they can. And guess what? At some point, you got to stop blaming the white man because we already knew that it was them and their ancestors and all of that. But now that you know, now that you have been taught, now that you are aware, what will you do different? Like yeah, I don't like that he was the one that said it either. But at the end of the day, he ain't lie.
Well, because y'all said I'm the one
I'm
that
sorry. Somebody been ringing this doorbell. It's actually kind of getting on my nerves.
My God, my God.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
everybody.
We let him
God
in.
is
We had to let him
good
in. Well,
all the
is he?
time
I
and
mean,
all
knocking
the
at the door like
time.
the police.
God is good. I mean,
Let
kept ringing
me in.
that bell like, open up, let me in. Y'all
Let me
like, not
in.
by the hairs of my chinny chin
Chin,
chin.
chin, chin.
I'm trying to
Listen,
tell you. Hey,
listen,
but this is
Bishop.
Bishop.
Bishop, I know that as soon as you heard this, you was like, "Oh my Lord, I got to get in on this."
I said,
We can
Lord
shut in
Jesus,
or
let me
not. It
try to
don't
get
matter.
myself together.
Well,
You know,
let me get a few of these comments in, Bishop, before you get to going too far,
Man.
because it's a lot of people. Okay, so let me start off with I don't I have a problem with any grown calling any grown man love.
Huh?
But my guy, Porter, listen, chosen one Porter comes in, he comments, he said, listen, his first name is Love. I ain't calling him Love. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm calling him, listen, just
My
like he
man
does.
Porter.
Listen, my
Right
man.
on Porter.
He says
The
both
home.
are very important. Both are very important.
Yeah.
And you know what? And he's right. But we gonna go a little deeper. We're gonna go a little deeper there. And if he want to cam up, he can come. He ain't got to cam up. He can
I
come
think
up.
the mayor was agreeing with
She
Kay when
was
she said absolutely.
okay. And Ashley
I
comes in.
can't
She
see no
says,
comment.
"What if the absence of black fathers is a product of racism?" I mean, that is
Mm.
a
It
very
is.
come on
It
now.
is. That's what I was saying. It is.
She
It
said, "What?"
is.
She
I
says,
think
"I
that
find
was
it." She says, "I find it hard to separate the two." Okay.
Listen.
on that part. She was saying hard to separate the two in terms, and I'm
Of racism
assuming
now.
this, but yeah,
Oh,
of a white person saying something and it being a difference. But just to go back to that point of them separating, yes, of course they did. That's why they were selling off black fathers during slavery, keeping their children, keeping their wives, sleeping with their wives, beating the hell out of them. Like, yes, all of this stuff started with their forefathers. At the end of the day, these folks been messed up. They've been trying to do. Listen, I feel like they don't want to agree with this, but there's a part of them that wanted genocide for us. I'm sorry. We can go all the way back to slavery because the things that were happening when a man tried to stand up and be who I personally believe black men are innately birthed to be, which is leaders. priest, protector, and providers. I believe in our DNA, that's what they were always meant to be. But in the bloodline of our lives, so many of them were taken down, cut down, chopped up. And it was like, maybe I don't need to stand up like that. And you have those ones that rebel that are going to be like, oh no, you ain't finna play with me or mine. But you also have them ones that say, maybe I need to shut my mouth because I want to live. Everybody not radical, and I get that. But I believe innately in us is radical rage because
Yeah.
of what our generations before us have had to endure. Like, I
Yeah.
really do believe that. It's funny because you hear people say, like, oh, this is a man's man, or this is a alpha, or this is a beta, or, this is more of this or this and that. I really believe that a lot of that come from things that happen in a bloodline that a lot of us do not know, because other things that a lot of people don't talk about in slavery, and this is
That's
not
right.
to like go too
Yeah.
far
I
over,
mean,
but the
yeah.
fact of the matter
That's what
is
you
in
want to talk.
slavery, what people don't be saying is how they were raping black men to emasculate them.
All right. Well, we
But
gotta
then
watch
y'all want
that. We
to,
gotta watch
We have
that
to
R
watch.
oh,
word
I'm
over there.
sorry, I forgot. They
Yeah.
were they were a, they were ASing. Is that right?
That's right.
SA, whatever.
SA.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
SA. They were doing those things back then to emasculate and take the manhood out of them, because these men stood, 6 and 7 feet tall, hung like horses. Like, they were intimidated. And so because of that, they did things to break them down. And I feel like that's something within our men even today, that they are fighting to have that footing back where they were properly supposed to be, regardless of whether they were born in the States or over where, so many of us come from,
Right.
in Africa, Sierra Leone, all of those places. They came from being kings and men who were warriors, to literally coming and being completely broken down like dog or pieces of meat on the street.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, let's
that's
well,
facts.
I'm
and
sorry, I'm real passionate about it. I'm
No,
sorry.
we
that's
get it.
okay.
We get it.
No,
Yeah, because
it's okay.
I think all of us are struck by it. To be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Well, we need to understand, Bishop. If I could just jump in, because this was just too
Ashley said, "My
juicy, man.
husband is risen."
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
this is really good. We have to understand that Ashley did have a point. The
I
product
agree with what Ashley said.
of the fathers being in the home as of racism. But then we also have to tie things back to the scripture. And so we have to understand that even what we see today is what is the Bible all about? The Bible is all about the coming of the Christ. Okay.
Hmm.
And then once he comes, it's about his death, and then after he leaves, it's about his resurrection and then the return. But that story is your story. And so, though we have the history of racism and the history of supremacy, and we have the history of the Hebrew, we still must understand what Second Chronicles 7:7 and 14 states, which is, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray,
Pray.
seek my
Mhm.
face, and then
Turn
turn
from their
from
wicked
their
ways.
wicked way. Now you ain't have to
Yeah.
worry about the racism and is the father in the household. Just
It's in
turn
the
from their
turn.
wicked
It's in the
way.
turn. It's in the turn.
Then,
Period.
Yeah.
then you will hear from heaven. Okay, and I will heal their land. Okay. So although we understand
I
that
mean,
these
honestly,
systems have been designed and created, uh, but we were created even with something greater on the inside. That's why they want to mimic your shout. That's why they want to mimic your praise. Oh, this is deep now. That's why they want
That's
to
why they want your
go.
rhythm.
Yeah, I
Come
know
on now.
I'm time and ran out. But that's why they mimic your praise, because they want to know how you access heaven.
Mm.
And I
mm,
just dropped that mic. Go ahead, Bishop.
What a sound
yeah,
that. What a sound
go
that
ahead.
architect. Come on, get on them sounds. That was a